Good morning. Welcome to the Unity Center of Pittsburgh. We know that you're at home today watching us in honor of the Pittsburgh Marathon, which is currently underway. We have decided to bring forth our Unity message to you live stream. There are always multiple road closures, and so every year we struggle with getting people here on time, and people struggle to get here on time. So we are grateful and glad that you're able to stay home in the comfort of your living rooms and watch our Sunday service. My name is Maryann Hackworth, and I will be your service leader as well as providing our message, again in honor of our marathon runners. I decided to give a message on strength and the strength to persevere. So we send our love out to all the runners this morning as their feet pound the pavement, and we are affirming that they have the strength to persevere. So this morning, I'd like to start with our vision statement. We envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. Just imagine in your hearts and in your minds a world where all are awakened and all are feeling that divine energy of God as love expressing through them. That is our vision for the world. We see it as a distinct and true possibility. And here at Unity Center of Pittsburgh, we have a mission. We are an inclusive, loving, growing community that is dedicated to teach, to inspire, and to practice positive spiritual living. So let's start our Sunday service this morning with some music from our musician, Ronnie Wise. She'll start us off with, "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning."
Good morning, everyone. Feel free to sing along. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. What a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by, but that little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And that old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Let's let those lyrics take us into our opening prayer. As you breathe in deeply and center yourself, affirm that it is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful life. You have been given this beautiful life. I have been given this beautiful life. We open ourselves up to life. We are grateful to have life, to bring more life into this world. We say thank you to the divine creator, that which surrounds us, that is omnipresent in us, with us, through us. We say thank you for this beautiful life, for this beautiful day, and for the opportunity that we have been given. We rise up in our consciousness now, and we are open to receive more, and more. The energy, the life force, the beauty of God. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, and so it is. Amen. And at this time in our service, we light a candle, a single candle that we have named, in all Unity churches, I believe, have named the Christ candle. The Christ candle is a symbol. It's a symbol of this one power, this one energy, this one God that exists through us, in us, as us. And when we light this candle, we affirm that we bring this light and this love into the world. So let me light it now. Try again. Sometimes at home we can do this as well. We just light a single candle and realize how it illuminates the space and how it reminds us of God and the presence always with us. So now let's join together, wherever you are, reading our unity principles, so powerful. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. That last statement, we must live them, is a reminder to us, right? That as we move out into this world, as we walk the walk, we exist in this energy of God, and we affirm it. We live these principles. We realign with them. We remind ourselves in every moment. Ronnie is going to share a beautiful song this morning. Whenever she agreed to come in and record this with me, she said, let us do songs that have to do with strength and perseverance. And she selected this music. This song is entitled, Climb Every Mountain.
Thanks, Maryann. Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, for find your dream, a dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream.
So beautiful. I love that song. Thank you, Ronnie. That was beautiful. Now I'd like to share with you today's daily word, which is free. The affirmation for today: I am one with the freeing, guiding force of God. Let me say that again. I am one with the freeing, guiding force of God. Let's just say that and affirm it, whether it's aloud or inwardly. I am one with the freeing, guiding force of God. Again. I am one with the freeing, guiding force of God. Isn't that incredible? I am one with the freeing, guiding force of God. Yes. When I think of freedom, I imagine a bird in flight, soaring above the earth. As a bird glides, it seems to effortlessly move through the air. Then it flaps its wings, moving upward and forward against the force of gravity. Likewise, I open my mind and heart and feel the freeing force of God within. This force is powerful and peaceful, and I give myself over to it. As I do, I overcome stifling feelings of stress or doubt. I trust in God, and I move forward and upward with renewed purpose and confidence. Just as a bird overcomes gravity to fly with purpose, I overcome the challenges and circumstances of my life to find my purpose and live from my divine nature. I am free. From Hebrews 13:6, we read, so we can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can anyone do to me? I am one with the freeing, guiding force of God. And so it is. It's beautiful words and beautiful imagery of birds. It's interesting that that is our daily word for today, because synchronistically it will tie into our message of strength and perseverance. Let us move now into blessing of the children. Let's just bring into our mind's eye any children in your families, friendships, children in your community, and children of the world. Let us bless our children, bless the future, bless the inspiration that these children bring. Let us uplift children in consciousness. We know the truth of their divine nature. We are grateful for you, children of the world, for you bring joy and curiosity, imagination, zeal and enthusiasm, and optimism, an unquenchable optimism. And we see you uplifted now as children of God, as we too are these children of God. We bless you, children. We love you and embrace you with our hearts. Amen. And so it is. As we move now into our prayerful intentions, we know that unity was founded on the power of affirmative prayer. We know that prayer works. We use it to affirm the outcome that we desire and that we see in our mind's eye. So I ask you now just to place any intentions into this prayerful space, any struggles or any difficulties and sufferings that you know of in your own personal lives and in the global world, the human family. And we place our loving intention on healing and wholeness. And we place our loving intention on peace. Peace within ourselves and peace within the world. Let us place our loving intention now as we sing and hear these words that Ronnie will share. There is only love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Let us move now into our meditation and just remain in the energy of that statement. There is only love. There is only love within us, surrounding us, moving through us. And I ask now that you just feel yourself, feel your presence, your physical body in your space, wherever you are seated. Just get comfortable for a moment and place your attention inside of the beautiful vessel that you are. Breathe into it. You may notice perhaps your hands unfolding gently, laying on your lap. And place your attention on your hands. Simply be aware. Notice the feeling of energy, the God force. Notice it moving through your hands, arms, moving up through your neck, coursing through every cell, flowing through your bloodstream, beating your heart in perfect rhythm. Breathe into that feeling of energy, the God force within you. Breathe into the love that you are. There is only love moving within you. Glistening like a sparkling diamond. Every molecule and atom, the life force of God is you. And as you breathe in, remain in this space of knowing as we enter the silence. And breathe in and exhale. And as you open your eyes, smile inwardly and outwardly and know that this silence is your true nature. It always remains in back of the busyness of life. And it's accessible to all of us in every moment. And I encourage myself daily to enter this silence, to feel the presence of God and to affirm it, to receive insight and inspiration from it. And we say, thank you for that, Divine Creator. And so it is. Ronnie is going to lead us now in a song that she has selected, The Hero Lies in You. Ronnie?
Thanks, Maryann. Thanks for that great meditation. There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer If you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside yourself, be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. And then the hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fear aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Lord knows dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on, there will be tomorrow, and in time you'll find the way. And then the hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you will survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside yourself, be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that the hero lies in you. Yes, the hero lies in you.
So beautiful. The hero lies in you. The strength to carry on. I love it. Thank you, Ronnie. This morning we came together, Ronnie and I, because we wanted to convey a message of strength. And there they are, the runners, right? Even as we speak right now, they are carrying on with strength to persevere, to finish the race, a 26-mile run currently underway in the city of Pittsburgh. And we do send our loving thoughts to each and every runner and to each and every human being that has undertaken the marathon of life, right? Sometimes it feels like a marathon. So this morning, I'd like to bring the message to you about strength and how we have the strength to persevere. When I began to assimilate my thoughts on this, the first thing that came up for me is that we are bound to experience adversity in life. It happens to all of us. We reach hurdles to overcome, and we reach dark places and moments of doubt and uncertainty and fear, and that seems to be our journey. But what is it? What is it that allows us to carry on? What gives us that oomph, that push, is that inner strength that we've been born with. There's a divine gift, many, in fact, that have been placed within us, within all of our hearts, within all of our consciousness. And one of them is strength For the Fillmores, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, they would attach a body part for some of these gifts. For example, love existing in the heart center, right? And the power of will existing in the throat, where we have the determination to speak truth. And the power of strength, you might imagine, is in our back. It's in the lumbar area of your back where, have you noticed in life at times when you're carrying a lot of stuff, a lot of responsibilities perhaps, or maybe you've been moving furniture, that's the area that will sometimes begin to ache. So this message this morning is on how we have the strength to persevere. And I'd like to begin with a quote from Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. She said, "The spirit of truth within your own soul is giving you a right understanding of every experience that comes to you. And you are calling on some of your unused soul powers into expression to meet the need. The more you exercise your powers, the stronger they grow." I love that inspiration from Myrtle because she's affirming that what we need already is inside of us, right? The hero lies within. Here's the first thing that comes up for me whenever I was writing into, I was looking up quotations, right, about strength. And there's a prophet, Isaiah, who wrote about this 2,000 plus years ago. He said, "Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, like our marathon runners. They shall walk and not faint." So you see the image of an eagle in your mind's eye. We shall mount with wings as eagles. And it's funny because when I see the image of an eagle soaring in the air, it's so picturesque, right? It looks so effortless. They glide on the wind, and they seem to have this strength and power. You know, hundreds of feet in the air, they glide beautifully, majestically. They rise up, and they're kind of an inspiration for me because it's like they are not limited by the earthly binding that we sometimes get plodding along with heavy feet down on the ground. They soar, right? They fly high. So it's interesting, that imagery of an eagle, because when I realize the life of an eagle and what they really cope with and deal with, it's not all about soaring high. The beginning of March was an interesting time for myself and for my husband. We both got COVID virus, and we were both pretty sick, and we were both home for a 2-week span, healing and regaining strength. And so I had a lot of time on my hands. And so I was looking through the Facebook, social media, and I just by chance came upon Friends of Big Bear Valley. Big Bear Lake is in California, and there on this website is a pair of eagles. We have some eagles here in Pittsburgh. In fact, a couple of pairs were in North Park and out in the outlying area of Pittsburgh. Anyway, these eagles in Big Bear Valley, there's a camera that has been placed in a tree. Biologists placed it in 2013, 145 feet above the ground in a Jeffrey pine tree. The name of the pine tree is the Jeffrey pine tree. And so this camera is placed strategically to watch this pair of eagles. They have been named. The female is Jackie, and the male is Shadow. She is 13, and she is 10 years old, and he is 8 years old. And so here it was March. I just happened upon this imagery of this video footage of a pair of eagles. And I learned something about eagles. It's not all about soaring in the sky. There sitting on the nest was Jackie in the freezing cold. She was incubating her clutch of eggs. She had 2 eggs in the nest. And what I learned is that eagles typically sit for 35 to 40 days on these eggs to incubate them, to create then new life, new eagle hatchlings. And of course, Shadow, the male, he circled back. He would come, he would constantly be fixing the nest with sticks, this enormous nest. Some of the sticks that he brought were more like tree branches. And she would sit patiently and patiently on these eggs, right? A sign of strength is patience, isn't it? And he would come and he would bring food, and he would want to sit in the time span that she would be moving up off of the eggs. But oftentimes she wouldn't give him that opportunity because she was so determined to sit. So all of a sudden in this footage, there's this horrible storm blowing and snow covers the entire nest. You could barely see this eagle. She sits there covered with snow in the freezing cold temperatures, in the blowing wind. And I thought to myself, wow, I didn't realize really what they're going through, what animals go through in the natural world. I mean, we think we have it tough, marching through life, dealing with adversity. And animals are dealing with this every day. This is their journey. This is their perseverance and strength. So at about the 40th day of incubation time, Jackie came to the realization that the eggs were not viable. They were not going to hatch. Something had gone amiss, something went wrong. She knew it, she understood it, so she got off of the eggs and started to leave the nest for longer spans of time. And soon enough, a raven or another predator, someone took the eggs and consumed them, and they were gone. Well, Shadow couldn't quite grasp what was going on. And the footage of Shadow standing in that empty nest where this biologist is recording what's happening and typing in that he stood for 2 full hours and watched and looked and poked around and looked for the eggs while Jackie had moved out to a branch. Farther away in this tree, she was calling to him, loudly calling to try to coax him from the nest to say, let it go. Let it go. It's time to move on. It's time to start fresh. And I thought about this example in nature of how a strength that we have is our ability to know when it is time to move, when it is time to create something new. But Shadow wouldn't leave. Shadow looked and watched and waited. And I thought about myself in life, and how many times have I had trouble letting go of something? Perhaps a relationship that ended. Perhaps saying goodbye to someone who moved into spirit. Perhaps the loss of a job or an opportunity. Something that's hard to process. It's like you could see this eagle in that nest. He's standing there and he's processing the information. What has happened here? And she has already moved out and said, come on, join me. Think about the ways that you have offered strength to someone, giving your hand to them when they're in the darkness. Or someone has offered their strength to you. Have we been willing to reach out and say, okay, I am ready now. I'm not minimizing in any way the emotional impact of sadness or depression or loss or grief. It's huge. It weighs heavy on our psyche. And yet we have within us a strength, an ability to step forward, right? To move out, Prayer is a powerful tool that we have. We align in unity, we align with the truth of an outcome, a truth of knowing who we really are and what we are. And that's what I sometimes ask myself, for example, during that COVID period of time, when I was feeling very, very sick, and how easy it is to fall down the rabbit hole, right, of worry and doubt. Will I ever get well? Will this get worse? What's in store for me now? Do I have the strength to place my trust in God and to reach out with my hand in prayer? Jesus mentioned this back 2,000 years ago. The writing of Matthew says that Jesus said to us, "Ask and it will be given to you. Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened." Ask, search, knock. Perseverance is needed. We must do it. We must do the work. It isn't an instantaneous miracle that drops in right off the bat. This message, ask, search, and knock, to me indicates the need to persevere. One of those attributes of strength is that we can persevere. We can be resilient. We can bounce back. We just need to use our spiritual strength. In Unity, there is an expression, actually, it's in all kind of New Thought teachings. Treat and move your feet. You've heard that, perhaps. I think the Quakers also said, move your feet. Place your intention and then take action. Prayer is one aspect, but we must place our action into it. Myrtle Fillmore said that. We know the importance of releasing prayer treatment into the divine law, but we must do the work that is necessary. This is true whether the change we seek is an internal change or external change. Let's say that I am desiring health and wholeness, a more energy. So I place that affirmation into the ethers. I affirm the outcome, and then I go and buy a pound of Hershey's chocolate and sit there and expect health to follow. That is a choice. Or do I go and say, I'm going to change my diet. I think I'm going to start exercising more. I think I'm going to get outside and breathe the air and meditate and walk and feel nature. Or let's say we would like a relationship change. We place that intention into the ethers. We place that outcome in our mind's eye. Do we remain seated in our living room, on our sofa, waiting for someone to knock? No. We have to take action. That's the strength that comes from inside when we get inspiration on what's the next step. What is the action step? Charles Fillmore said that we are overcomers. I like that expression. Overcomers. We can overcome whatever the resistance is that has been holding us back from what we seek. He said, the work that the overcomer does for the world, is to establish a new race consciousness. That's the terminology for the collective human race consciousness. And we as overcomers are contributors to that collective consciousness, because when we align our consciousness with the divine mind, we bring forth that energy of spiritual consciousness into this world. And it grows. We are the overcomers, each of us individually as expressions of the divine mind. That's when we have strength to realign with that, to come back to it. Myrtle said, your own willingness to come into spiritual consciousness and to develop and use the Christ power will determine your growth. Willingness, determination to develop your own Christ mind power is our strength. We need that power of strength because we fall off. We get lost. We go down the rabbit hole, right? Think about it. In our world today, in the headlines, day in and day out, we are bombarded with things that aren't going well. It takes strength to persevere and to realign and come back to the truth of knowing who you are. Who you are is strength. How do I know that? You might be sitting and thinking, you don't know me. You don't know if I'm strong. I do know. I know you are strong. I know I am strong. You know why I know that? Because we chose to come and incarnate. We chose to come into this physical world and have this human experience as the God essence. And our reawakening each and every moment is what allows us to bring more and more, to spiral upward in our spiritual evolution, right? Our inherent goodness. We know our inherent goodness. So 2,000 years ago, as Jesus was walking around, I think about this, Matthew 9:35. The harvest is great, the laborers few. Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom. The kingdom lies within you. The kingdom of consciousness is at hand. He was curing every disease and every sickness. The hordes and the masses, the people were crowding him. I was thinking about him and feeling sort of like, it must have been like being a modern day celebrity, right? We have our modern day celebrities. We have the paparazzi chasing them for a picture or wanting to get close, right? An interview, perhaps, a signature. And I'm picturing this, this man, this human being, Jesus, who came into this world and aligned fully with Christ consciousness. He knew his identity. He accessed his power. And his purpose was to teach all of us, you are this as well, right? When he saw the crowds, I'm going back to Matthew. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. He had compassion as he looked around the crowds and saw the suffering, just as we have the compassion, do we not? I'd like to share a quote about compassion with you from Pema Chodron. She is an American woman born in New York City who became a Tibetan Buddhist nun, an ordained nun. I've watched some interviews with, I think it's pronounced Pema, P-E-M-A, Chodron, C-H-O-D-R-O-N. This statement of compassion is powerful. Compassion is not a relationship between the healer and the wounded. It is a relationship between equals. Compassion is a relationship between equals. Jesus, looking out into the masses, could see and feel and know their suffering because he saw and felt other human beings as himself. He knew the oneness. He knew their spiritual identity was already in existence within them, and he continued to try to get them to realize it, to awaken to it. Can we have that type of compassion as we look out into our world and see the suffering? Can we see the others as equal to us? Can we know our oneness? And in that oneness, we have compassion for the error thinking, for the, quote, sins, the error thinking that goes on collectively. Can we have compassion and lift it and see ourselves as one with healing it, transforming it through strength and perseverance? And Jesus said this. He said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." That's what we are now doing, right? We are the laborers that are harvesting the power of the divine. We're harvesting God. We're accessing the God strength and bringing it outward into this world. It is the unfolding and the journey of humankind. We have the strength and perseverance to carry on. Let me finish with a quotation from Myrtle Fillmore. Uplifting. I believe she's pretty uplifted. None of us has learned to abide in the Christ consciousness continuously, but the times we do rise into it keep us growing and overcoming and establishing more and more of its truth in our lives. We are not to feel discouraged if after such a glorious experience we seem to lose the Christ consciousness and go back into old habits. We cannot really lose anything that Spirit has expressed in us. We simply let it sink into our human consciousness to do its good work, just as we plant seeds in the ground and apparently lose them in order that they may grow and bring forth many, many other seeds. This is the work that we do, friends. All of us are engaged in bringing forth this Christ consciousness. And you and I, we all have the strength to persevere. I affirm that. Amen. Ronnie, she's going to be singing a song to us here in a moment. But before that, we are going to practice prosperity. And if you are at home currently, I ask that you recognize the Unity Center of Pittsburgh as part of your offering, your spiritual giving. For it is a circle as we give or we receive. And I know how important the Unity Center of Pittsburgh is to me. So I take my offering in my hand. I affirm prosperity, and the source of God is unlimited for you, for me, for Unity Center of Pittsburgh. Let us recite our gratitude prayer together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Thank you for your generous donation. Ronnie, can you lead us in song?
Sure, and when this song was chosen, it just became a really nice reminder for me. It's real simple, the face of God, and so I find myself saying to myself, I am the face of God, and it helps me when I go about my day-to-day to keep that in mind, and then I look at other people and I say, you are the face of God, so it kind of levels the playing field, as it were. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love.
Ah, yes. Levels the playing field. I love that. Seeing others as equal, as one with us, the face of God. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for your music this morning. I really, really enjoyed it. And it's time now for our announcements before we sign off. I'd like to invite everyone to attend the Social Media Fundamentals with Beth Caldwell. She's a technology guru. She understands so much about how we can use the social media platform to enhance our work practices and our personal lives, really. How can we access and use it successfully? This is on May 9th, which is a Tuesday, from 6 to 7:30. It will be done virtually. Please check our website to sign up. Also important is coming up, the congregational annual meeting. A Taste of Traeger, that got bumped into that spot. Renee Jaluski is doing a Taste of Traeger on June 4th after service. Traeger is a movement practice of healing, a Reiki movement practice. So this will be really, really helpful for all of us. Is there an annual meeting announcement? There it is. Sunday, May 28th, right after service. We're going to have a potluck. We're going to get together right here in the sanctuary, Unity Center of Pittsburgh on Kincaid Street, and we're going to talk about Unity Center of Pittsburgh. What have we done this past year? What have we accomplished? What do we desire for our future? So please come, be a member, join in, add your voice to ours, so that we can grow and prosper successfully. We want to hear from you. So join us, please, Sunday, May 28th. And we have our commitment campaign. In order to be able to grow and thrive and meet our financial obligations, we're asking for your commitment, financial commitment. Please go on our website, click on the link, and give generously. If we know what's coming in on a monthly basis, it makes our budget so much easier to meet. So we thank you for that. And of course, volunteerism. Would you like to become a greeter? Would you like to join the board? Would you like to become a member of a committee? We have so much going on, and it is so fun to get to know one another as we volunteer together. Volunteerism is service to the organization that feeds your spirit. And I think it is just about time for Ronnie to lead us in our closing song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. And the presence of God watches over me. I am presence. So wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week.